Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Mona. I've missed you. Well, hell, I've missed you too. Catherine Lance, good evening. I love you. What's going on with you guys tonight? How's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody got their week started on a great note. Woo, what a huge, busy Monday this was for me. I mean, today flew by, but it was just so busy. Started my day off with each and every one of you this morning. Had an amazing video this morning. Really kind of set the tone for the day. Um, Gavin Merritt, what's going on, brother? Good evening, good evening, good evening. Joseph, what's going on, little brother? Good evening. Day 5 sober, brother. Hey, that's 5 days, brother. That's amazing. It's beautiful. Proud of you, brother. I'm proud of you. Seriously, man. That's a milestone. Keep it moving, bro. Keep it moving. I'm here for you, brother, whenever you need me. Kimberly Jones, good evening. Earl Matthews, good evening. Jennifer Hare, good evening. Um, Renee Harvey, good evening. Joni Faulkner, good evening. Stephanie Wagner, Sonia Brown, Wayne Stone. Stone did it. What's going on, brother? Good to see you on here tonight. Good to see you on here tonight. Oh, guys, like I said, man, it was amazing. It was kind of an amazing Monday, really. It was like I said this morning. I did a video, kind of touched my daughter, inspired me, kind of set the tone for Monday. Got this week started. Things are going well. Life is great. Just trying to help people, love on people, and do what it is that God has told me that He needs me to be. So that's what I'm doing. Joy Shu, good evening. Love you. LaShawn, how do you say your last name? Leave it, Levitt. I just probably screwed that all up, but I appreciate you being here. I'm sorry, Deanne. Oh, I just missed it. Where'd it go? Deanne, I think I just feed's going by quick. Hey, Renee Cooper. Good evening. I love you. Kathy Carroll. Good evening. Sarah Lundwig. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? While we're waiting for this crowd to build up, do me a favor, guys. Let's get this out there. Let's share this to all your groups, family members, friends. Somebody out there you notice might be struggling tonight. Might need to hear a message of hope. Excuse me, a message of inspiration. You know, when you come over here on Drew's page, we're gonna get a whole lot of love because that's what I do. I give out love. It's all about love them exactly where they're at. Ricky Silva, what's going on, brother? Good to see you. I love your videos, Stevie. Well, I appreciate that, brother. Thank you. Deborah Rowland, hello. Good to see you on here tonight. Hey, Brenda King. Lindsay Rump. Allison France, good to see you on here, sister. Nicole Brock, hello. Hello. How is everybody doing? I hope you guys got your day started on, or your week started on a good note. Hey, Pam Tullis, good to see you. Julie Perkison, good to see you on here tonight. Needing this tonight, lost someone in addiction. Melissa, I'm sorry to hear that, Julie. My heart and my condolences go out to you and your family. Let's see. Lara Stevenson, good to see you. Cheryl Johnson, Diane Kennedy. I think that says Laurel Chamberlain. Excuse me. Amy Bella, Tanya Herbert, April O'Banion. About got a new video done. What did you say? Where did I go? This feed is going by so fast. I'm trying to read certain things. Oh yeah, Wayne. Right on, brother. I look forward to seeing it, man. So yeah, here I am tonight, guys. I kind of, I've been getting for some reason, I don't know if it's the weather or if it's that time of year or what's going on, but I've been getting a mass amount of people reaching out to me, asking me how to forgive themselves. How did you forgive yourself, Drew? How am I able to forgive myself for all the terrible and ferocious things that I did in my active addiction? I can't even go to bed at night. I lay in bed and I toss and I turn. I feel absolutely so guilty, so remorseful, and so ashamed of how I was in my active addiction. It's the hardest thing in the world. I think, from my own perspective, and I believe this wholeheartedly, that forgiving ourselves is probably the hardest thing that any one of us can do in recovery. My opinion. I mean, You may not agree with me, but for me, let me say it like this then. For me, from my perspective, the hardest thing I ever did in my entire life was learn how to forgive myself. How did I do it? That's the question, right? How did I do it? I think, a lot of the reason why we as alcoholics and addicts have a hard time forgiving ourselves, and this might throw you for a loop. This might just take your perspective and just throw it way out in left field, but I wholeheartedly believe is the fact that we don't want to forgive ourselves. Whoa, that's a cold shot, right? That's a cold shot. And let me tell you why. Like I said, I speak from my own perspective, and this is where I believe for me, I didn't want to forgive myself. I couldn't see in my mind how a man could have a child and do all these hurtful and harmful things, as far as no physical or anything abuse like that, but neglecting my child, as far as not being there, putting my children in situations that they should not have been put in. All the guilt, and not only just my children, but how I treated my mother, and how I treated my sisters, and how I treated my brothers, my family, the people that loved me the most, the people who only wanted me to get better. And all I ever did was wave my middle finger at them. All I ever did was rob from them. All I ever did was steal from them. All I ever did and at the time in my active addiction, the only benefit they were to me was what I could get from them. How are you able to get through that? I couldn't contemplate in my mind how somebody could actually forgive themselves after doing all that hurtful and just ferocious things to the people that we love the most, right? Thank God for sponsors. Thank God for God. And thank God for this 12-step program, because it gave me the answer. And the answer was simply this. For me, my sponsor had to sit me down. He had to look at me and he had to tell me, he's like, let me tell you something, brother. Unless you have a time machine and that you can go back and stop yourself from making all those hurtful and harmful decisions that you have due to your active addiction, then we can't even think about that. We got to live right here, right now. All I know today, Drew, my sponsor would tell me, is that you don't want to be that man anymore. You can't change what you've done in the past. We can't change it. And what is guilt? Guilt is a deterrent in ever progressing and able, or for you able to push your life forward. You can't push forward with guilt. Is it hard to get through? Absolutely. I just told you a minute ago, it was the hardest thing in the world that I ever had to do, was learn to forgive myself. But we have to. It's imperative. You cannot push forward in recovery positively without learning and trying to forgive yourself. But that's a process, a whole huge, long, drawn out process. We can't get through it overnight. You didn't do all those hurtful and harmful things to all the people that you love the most overnight. So you can't sit there realistically expect yourself to see you come into recovery and that you're going to be dealing with all these things, and in a week we're good. Bam, I forgave myself and I'm good, I'm happy. That doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. you know I find it, how ironic I find it is that as an addict, I would have no problem in the world forgiving everybody in the world who ever did something wrong to me. I had no problem forgiving anybody in the world. If you did something wrong to me, I had no problem forgiving you. But when I wake up in the morning and look in the mirror, I had a problem forgiving him. Had a huge problem forgiving him. I didn't want to forgive him, and that's right. That's the answer, guys. If you're looking for the answer on how to forgive yourself, you got to figure out something. This is the part I can't do for you. Okay, this is the part where you got to identify, why don't I want to forgive myself? And what is the consequences of me not forgiving myself? Well, the consequence for me of not forgiving myself was the fact that I was going to stay sick. And I wasn't going to be able to make recovery work for my life if I had not. You can't make it work. It won't work. You will hold on, because not by not forgiving yourself, you learn to develop resentments towards yourself. And as we all know, resentments is the number one killer. Resentment will take you back faster than anything. So how do we do it, right? For me, I can only speak for me. I could tell you that God was a huge, huge contributing factor in me forgiving myself. That's my story. That's my program. That's what worked for me. I had to find a solace with the intimate relationship that I have with God today, and through a lot of prayer and through a lot of hard work. And not just with God, but with the 12-step program that I work in my life each and every day. I was able to learn how to see myself from a totally different perspective, and the fact that maybe I just am worth it. Once I started making progress in my life and I started seeing this new person that I was building myself into, we start identifying with greatness and with glory. God, for me, God has been he has a sense of humor with me, and he shows me things in different areas and different avenues of my life. The avenues that I neglected because on the behalf of God in my active addiction, those have become prevalent in my life today. But you got to want to forgive yourself. I've told you guys on numerous occasions, and I'll tell you a million more times. Okay, you may not have necessarily know what you wanted coming into recovery. All I tell you is that you have to be willing. But when it comes to forgiving yourself, you got to want to forgive yourself. But you're gonna have to grab a hold of something that makes your mind think that you are worth forgiveness, and that comes into action. That comes on your actions. Consistency is a huge contributing factor to ever making progress into forgiving yourself. You got to stay consistent, 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 consistent. Day in and day out, you can't let up, because the most important thing you're ever going to do in recovery is forgive yourself. And you won't be able to push forward if you don't make that move. You can stay with the thought that I stayed with for the first 5 or 6 months in my recovery. And be careful, I don't wish this on anybody. It was brutal. I didn't want to forgive myself. I refused to forgive myself. I would go battle to battle with Victor time and time and time again. I don't want to forgive myself. I refuse to. How can I? Cold shot from my sponsor all the time. Drew, what do you want me to tell you, Drew? Do you want me to coddle you through this? Want me to baby you through this? Want me to say that you're not worth it? That you shouldn't forgive yourself? I call bullshit on your train of thought right now, Drew. My sponsor was cold blooded when it came to me learning how to forgive myself, and I'm going to be the same way to each and every one of you. What do you want to do? Do you want to stay stuck? Do you want to stay confused? Do you want to stay frustrated? Do you want to stay miserable? No, I know you don't. I know better. I know you don't. You didn't come over here into recovery to stay miserable and angry. You came over here to love, or to learn how to love and to forgive. Most importantly, yourself, because it starts with you. The answer has always been with you. It starts with you. Forgiveness is the beginning to the end. We have to learn it. We have to want it, and we have to make it work for our life. And it's gradual. It's a gradual forgiveness. Before you know it, lo and behold, you'll wake up one day and you're going to be like, man, I'm worth this. I love myself. I'm deserving of this life. Yeah, I made some mistakes in my past, and they're very detrimental mistakes, and we all have. We're not exempt from making those terrible and nasty mistakes that we all made in recovery. But you know what? I don't have to be that man anymore, and I don't have to be that woman anymore. I don't have to be that person anymore. I get to live over here in this moment today. Built my life on a foundation of love. Most importantly, learning to love myself, because forgiving ourselves starts with loving ourselves. Choices, guys. It comes down to choices. There's choices. I mean, man, we've always had a choice. You've heard me say time and time again, guys, that we've always had a choice. Even when we were still stuck in our active addiction, We had a choice. We choose to ignore that choice, and we choose to keep ourselves stuck in misery and destruction and insanity. Why? For various reasons, and probably a lot of us have different reasons why we kept ourselves in that destructive mentality. Let's say that. Let's just say it like that. But we've always had a choice. Forgiving ourselves is a choice. It's a huge choice. I think each and every one of you have a goal in your life today. You have this. When you come over to recovery, you have the idea of how you believe recovery should work for your life, or how recovery is going to work for your life. Don't be careful there. It's the idea in our head that really screws us up. Okay, expectations will get you will get you sideways. Don't expect anything. Just be vigilant, and the only thing that you can expect is that it's going to be difficult. I'm not going to overshadow how difficult this life in recovery truly is, because it is. It's absolutely difficult. It's discouraging, it's frustrating, and you know what? A lot of days you're angry. There's a lot of anger built up inside us, and we have an outlet to release that. We have a mouth. We have to voice it. We have to talk about it. We have to get it out. You can't get better if you don't learn how to open your mouth. We got to learn how to communicate with each other. We got to learn to talk, and it was hard for me too, because I remember going to my first meeting in recovery, and I thought I was sitting in that chair, and as I seen the people going around the room introducing themselves and this and that, it was getting closer and closer to me, and I was telling myself, I'm not willing to share anything I got going on with any of these people. I don't know these people. I'm not going to talk to any of these people. I don't even trust these people, because I had a lot of trust issues coming into recovery, as we all do. It's a process getting through those trust issues as well. And so when it came around to me, for the first 2-3 months, pass, 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 pass. I ain't telling you guys nothing about myself until I met this man called Victor. Oh, man. I talk about him a lot because he has absolutely changed my life. Through God and Victor and Pastor Pat, these men have changed my life. And I was willing to let them. I had to do things. My pride was a huge deterrent into me ever making recovery work for my life. I had so much pride. I was always the captain of my own ship. It was my way or the highway. My will, my will, my will. And sometimes I like to take my will back from the big guy upstairs. I like to yank it back. And you know what? Like I said, he has a sense of humor with me, and he humbles me very quickly. He reminds me what happens when I decide to take my will back and to think that I'm in charge. I'm not in charge. I'm not in charge. It's God's plan. It's always been God's plan for me. I just had to learn to get out of my way and let that plan unfold in my life. Today, I'm willing to let that plan unfold in my life, because I know by kind of bucking that, it's only caused me misery. Because when I implement my will, well, as you can see, I struggled with the disease of addiction actively for 25 years because of my will. My will, my way. My will, my way acquired the disease of addiction. I had to learn how to surrender. Surrender. And I say, we hear that word all the time when you come into recovery. You got to learn how to surrender. Surrender to this, to your God. Surrender to this program. Let me tell you something. Surrender is awesome and a great word, but I want to add a different word in front of that. You need to absolutely surrender, wholeheartedly, absolutely surrender from the inside out. You have to wake up every morning blessed to get another day clean and sober, and you have to stay committed. It's a commitment each and every day that you wake up. You have to tell yourself, if you have to make a new commitment in this making recovery work for your life every day you wake up, then by God, that's what you do. That's what you do. Whatever it takes. We have a hard time, I believe, forgiving ourselves is because we put so much pressure, on ourselves because of the people that we used to be and the people that we're trying to build ourselves into with all of the what's that word I'm looking for? I guess, mass flux of emotions and feelings that we deal with coming into early recovery. It's hard, guys. That's where it's hard for us. Is all those damn feelings. You know, my buddy Max Nace always tells me this little one-liner. I'm probably gonna screw it all up, but he says, the best thing about recovery is you get to you get to feel again. You know what the worst thing about recovery is? You get to feel again. Feelings are brutal. But you know what? We have to learn how to swim in those feelings today. And we can't, we don't, we're no longer those runners, those people who mask ourselves. We got to learn how to swim around in those feelings. And we got to learn how to sift the good from the bad. Take what's good for us and leave the rest. Understand that we make mistakes. We've all made mistakes. They're brutal. They're hurtful. We've hurt a lot of people. They're harmful. But you're not that person today. Or you're not trying to be that person today. You can't even look about what you can't even honestly, realistically focus on what you did yesterday. You can't. What good can you do if you're worried about the mistake that you made yesterday? You can't go back in time. The only thing you can do is focus right here today on this day and build yourself into a different person. Because if you thought you knew me yesterday, you don't know me today because I change on a daily. I change on a daily and I change in growth. And I choose to live in glory. And I choose to have that intimate relationship with God and keep Him in the driver's seat. I work this program, this 12-step program in my life each and every day. And with all that, I get to be this man who smiles, this man who loves you, this man who gets to encourage, the man who gets to love my children, to make great conscious decisions and not worry about the choices I made because I made a great choice. I don't second guess myself today because I found that I can believe in myself and that you can believe in yourself. Whew. Got a little God in me today, guys. I did a lot of praying today, and got a little bit of got a little God in me. I just want you guys to understand just how worth it you truly are. Once you can seriously realize how worth it you are, you will have no problem forgiving yourself. There's where it's at. Once you realize that you're worth it, and that's not going to come overnight. That's going to take, working a program, staying committed to that original commitment that you made coming into recovery, staying committed to that. And like I said, if you got to wake up every morning and recommit, then that's exactly what you do. Whatever it takes. And if the only thing that you did today was not pick up, then you are a winner. You are a winner. We're not going to make leaps and bounds in life overnight. I didn't get where I'm at today overnight. I'm 4 years in, almost 4 years into the day. Knock on wood. I don't want no fronts. I'm not quite 4 years. I will be 4 years, February 26th. But I'm almost 4 years in. And you know what, guys? I gotta keep this up. I gotta keep it moving. I gotta keep my feet moving every day. I'm never gonna figure all this out. I'm never gonna forgive it. I can't even say the word tonight. Figure all this out. I'm never going to figure it all out. I have to remain teachable. I have to put myself in vulnerable situations all the time because I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to be a better man than I was yesterday. Amen. Can I get a hashtag amen? Amen. Are you worth it? Are you worth it? Yes, you are. Amen. Do you want this? I believe you do. Amen. Are you willing? Well, you've proven to me that you are. Amen. Now, do you want to forgive yourself? That is the question that only you can answer. I have a hard time believing that you enjoy tossing and turning at night. I have a hard time believing that you enjoy the anxiety and the depression that comes with not being able to forgive yourself. I have a hard time believing that you barely make it through your day because you're so stubborn and the fact that you don't want to forgive. I have a hard time believing you enjoy any of that. I know you don't. Don't lie to me and tell me that you know you're good. I know you're not. I wasn't. I wasn't good with it. I was stubborn. I was pig-headed. I didn't believe that I was worth forgiveness. But let me tell you something. What I've learned, most importantly about recovery, is that I realize how much I am worth forgiveness. And I realize, and I know deep down in my heart, I know how much you are worth forgiveness. You truly are. You gotta, if you want to make this recovery work for your life, this is where it starts. This is how you grow. This is the moment right here. And if you haven't forgiven yourself yet, you start today. We start today. And if you have to reach out and talk to fellowship, all these beautiful people that come on here each and every night, and you know you guys engage with. If you have to reach out to any one of them beautiful people, then that's exactly what you do, because we are a family over here, and we love one another, and we want to see each other grow, and we want to see each other smile. And we want to help each other get through things. If it's that serious, you guys can get a hold of me. You guys know I'm here for each and every one of you. I love you all. I want you all to have what it is that I have. And you know, that's why I come out here each and every night and try to give it to you. I don't think it's a surprise to any one of you that I'm a very passionate man. I'm kind of wear my heart on my sleeve. I get hurt a lot because of that, but I don't ever want to change that. I was thinking about that the other day. I don't ever want to change the fact that, you know, I might get hurt a lot because I wear my heart on my sleeve, because I refuse to ever get sideways and become somebody that I'm not. Okay. I have a lot of love to give, and I'm willing to give it. You know, and it has taken me years to get to this point. It took me 25 years active addiction and 4 years in recovery almost to get to where I'm at today. And I refuse to ever change for any man, woman, child in this world, period. I won't. I refuse to let up. I got to keep it moving, and I got to keep giving it away. And I got to keep showing any addict or alcoholic in that world today who's out there struggling, broke down, beat beat to their knees, that they can obtain this life as well, that this life is here for them. It's here for the taking. I want them to have it. Come get this. It's free. It was freely given to me. You know, for me, this is what worked for me. This was a push. I should say this was a push for me into leaning towards forgiving myself, was when my children looked me in my eyes and told me they forgave me. I remember that day vividly. I was sitting in my car, picked Chloe up from school. I had just gotten custody of Chloe. Maybe I had had her 4 or 5 months. I'm not sure exactly what I did to make her come to me or what happened, but I remember driving home and she turned the radio down, and I was just kind of just sitting there driving like in quiet, and then she just says, "I forgive you, Dad." That very moment, I knew I was worth it, and I haven't let up, because she was right. I'm worth forgiveness. I made mistakes, a lot of mistakes, and they hurt. And I still deal with those today. But you know what? It's a process, and I'm getting through it, and I'm getting better. You know, but I stay consistent in this person, and it just shows me that I'm worth it. That I'm worth forgiveness. My family has forgiven me. The most important people in my life have told me out of their own mouths, "We forgive you." It just kind of sealed the deal for me. And if your family, if you haven't gotten to that point, you know, a lot of people haven't heard those words from their children. Don't give up hope. Keep being these people. You know, stay consistent with these people that you are today. And you know what? It just might happen the way it happened for me. Lo and behold, someday your child might just look at you and say, "I forgive you." I'm not a victim anymore today. I'm not a victim, and either are you. We have to get away from that victim mentality because it is so detrimental to our recovery. It will keep you exactly where you're at, stuck, sick. I choose not to live in a victim mentality today because I refuse to stay stuck. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You know, each and every day that God gives me another day on this earth is a blessing, and none of us are promised tomorrow. I refuse to waste any more days of my life swimming around in a victim mentality, swimming around refusing to forgive myself on things that I couldn't change even if I wanted to. My actions today show how much I'm sorry for the things that I used to be, the things that I did to other people, the way that I hurt people, the way that I, you know, those guilty feelings that we carry into our recovery. My actions today shows the world and myself how apologetic I truly am. What an emotional video. Wasn't expecting this tonight. This is a very emotional topic for me because it's been the hardest thing I've had to get through in recovery was learning how to forgive myself or even contemplating, even leaning towards wanting to forgive myself. But we got to make it. We got to make this move. You can't sit on your hands in your house, on your couch, day in and day out, thinking, "I'm not worth this fight. I'm not." Well, then, if that's the way you're going to think, then why are you over here in recovery? We are in recovery to learn how to love ourselves. Most importantly, it starts with us. We got to learn, and we have so many people in our lives, our children, our mothers, our fathers, our siblings, people that we love the most. Okay. We have to learn how to, so it starts with us. In order for us to love any one of those people, we got to learn to love ourselves and to forgive ourselves first and foremost, because you will never be any good to any one of those people in your life if you are not good to yourself first and foremost. Period. Put an exclamation point behind that period. Mary Mayer, good to see you on here, sister. Thank you, Wayne. Thank you. We live our life today by example. We live our life today by example to any and all still sick and suffering alcoholics and addicts in the world today that they can obtain a life of happiness and a life of meaning, a life of value, a life of substance. Not that stuff we chase in the dope sack, but I'm talking about integrity and character and love, encouragement, support, inspiration. Joseph Berryman, what's going on, brother? You're absolutely welcome. You guys don't owe me no thanks. You want to thank me? Go out there and have an amazing life. Learn to love yourself. Learn to forgive yourself. That is payment enough for me. You don't owe me anything. I love you all. I appreciate the kind words that you all say to me, but you guys don't owe me no thank yous. You want to thank me? Go live an amazing life. Learn to forgive yourself. Then, and with all that, learn how to love your children. Learn how to love your families. Learn how to be an upstanding and a person people can look at in society as, hey, that's an overcomer. That's an achiever. That person's been through a lot of stuff, but look at them today. They are examples on how alcoholics and addicts can live amazing lives. That's how you thank me. You don't owe me anything. Life's amazing. You know, life is amazing when you learn to just get out of your way and just let life take itself in stride. Put a higher power at the forefront of your life. For me, none other than God. You know, I put him in the driver's seat. I work this 12-step program in my life. I give back selflessly to others. I live in a solution, and I've learned to get out of my way and just let all this just happen. It will happen if you let it. Elaine Weaver, I love you. Isla, is that your name? Valenzuela? Love you too. Thank you. I just probably butchered your name. I apologize. As you can ask anybody, I am terrible with names. Forgiveness comes in a lot of different areas in our life. You know, we got to learn how to, most importantly, like with this discussion, is first and foremost learning how to forgive ourselves. But you know what? As bad as we did to others, others did bad to us. Okay. We can't forget there's two sides to every story, sometimes three or four, but people did bad things to us too. We got to learn how to forgive them. You know, and forgiveness of people who have done us wrong isn't for them, it's for us. Because if we're not forgiving, we're building a resentment. And resentments, as we all know, we know what resentments can do to our recovery. Okay. Remember, forgiving other people isn't for them, it's for you. It's for you. Learn to forgive these people. Learn to understand that, you know what was going on during that time, that was just what was going on. They may not have meant it or whatever. And you know what, me carrying a resentment towards you because I refuse to forgive you is only hurting me, and I don't want to hurt no more. I don't want to hurt no more. I don't want to stay sick. I don't want to stay miserable. I don't want to stay angry. I want to forgive you. I want to love you, and I want to move forward in my life. Because I don't know what's going on tomorrow. I don't even know if I'm going to be here tomorrow. Okay, honestly, because none of us are promised tomorrow. I refuse to squander any moment that I have left on earth today. I refuse. It doesn't matter. I'm not wasting no more time. I pissed off 25 years, and for what? What do I have to show for it? Pain, misery, insanity. I'll chalk up experience. I'm not wasting another second on this earth. It's not happening. You're not going to get that from me. You know, you're not going to take my power. I have the power through God and through this program that I work in my life. I have the power. You will not take it from me. How I choose to react to situations in life today is on me. If I want to engage in negativity and criticism, that's on me. And what comes with me engaging in all that, I got to suffer those consequences. Can you all do me a favor and let's get this video out? I want you, each and every one of you, to share it to every group that you belong to, because this is a huge part of recovery. Learning to forgive ourselves is the beginning. It's the beginning. We got to start there and build. We are all about building, elevating our position in life today. And it starts with forgiving ourselves. You can try to avoid it. And like me, I did. I wasn't, like I said, I didn't want to forgive myself in early recovery. I refused to, and I tried to get around it. But I knew that there was always something in my gut. Something wasn't right. Something wasn't running smoothly. All my cylinders weren't firing at the same time. I was still sick, because it's such a huge part of building on a solid foundation. I wasn't built on a solid foundation until I started pushing forward into forgiving myself. I had to start there. And once I start there, and once I started working on that, and it was a process with me and my sponsor, it truly was. Work these steps helped me a lot in traditions and all the spiritual principles to back the program that I work today. And God, all the glory goes to Him. We know where that glory goes. It started working for me. It started working for me, and it will work for you. I promise you. You have my word. It will work for you. A year from now, come back and we'll holler at each other. Tell me how you're feeling now. Connie Rice, good to see you on here. Christy Johnson, nice to see you on here tonight as well. Hey, Sue Knight, Monica Bowman. I hope I touched somebody tonight. I hope I hit somebody smack dead in the heart. It's my goal each and every time I come on here. But I really, truly believe that this video here is huge. Probably one of the most important videos that I have ever done or will ever do, because it starts with forgiveness. I just want to see you guys grow, and I just want to see you grow. I want to see you be happy. I want to see you guys make it work for your life, and I know that you can. I love you all so much. I truly, truly do. And I'll be praying for you all tonight before I lay my head on my pillow. You guys will be in my prayers like you are each and every night. Do me a favor and let's get this video out here. Please let me know right down here in the comment section, guys, what you felt about tonight's video. Please do me a favor, and like I said, share this to every group you belong to. There's some people out there that you know in your life that are having a hard time forgiving themselves, because it's a very real thing, and we all struggle with it. Share this video out, please. I love you all so very much. Let me get some shout outs, and I will let you guys enjoy the rest of your Monday evening. I love you guys very, very much, and I will see you guys back tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with my boy, Derek Diem. Let's see here. Shelly Etheridge, good to see you on here tonight. I love you. Hey, Sherilyn Jones, good to see you. Samantha Lynn, I love you. Tina Warder Whitehead, good to see you on here. Do me a favor, let's get this out, guys. Amanda Fuller, good to see you. Let's see. Autumn Langford, thank you. Good to see you on here as well. Jennifer Kahn, Heidi Briggs, Wayne Stone, I love you, brother. Amanda Carmody, Renee Harvey. Wayne Stone, hit me up after the video, man. Let me see that new video you're working on. Melanie Heiss, I love you as well. Elaine Weaver, you know I love you. I love me some Elaine Weaver. Love you, sister. Jennifer Kahn, Jen Belford, Tracy Callahan, Catherine Lance, you know I love you. Billy Durham, I love you, brother. Love you. John Beckwith, you know I love you, man. You inspire me to be a better person. John Beckwith, man, you inspire me, brother. You inspire me. You make me a better person. I listen to my predecessors. And you, brother, you are an inspiration to me, John Beckwith. I love you very much, brother. Amanda Brando, good night. Good night to you, Amanda. Thank you for being here tonight. Amanda Goings, I love you. I appreciate all these nice and beautiful comments that you guys say to me. You guys are beautiful people. Dana Fisher, I love you. Good night. Let me see here. Anybody else that I'm missing? Let me scroll back here. Multitasking. I'm not the best multitasker in the world, I promise you. Uh, Renee Harvey, good to see you on here. Let's see. Let me see. Connie Rice, nice to see you as well. Carlson David, what's going on, brother? Good to see you on here. You the man, Drew. Nah, brother, you the man. I'm just a humble servant. God said, go give him some hope, and that's exactly what I do. Stephanie Wagner, good to see you. Love you. Let's see. Did I see Don Erickson? Nice to see you. Love you and your dream. And my dream team. Yes, I got an amazing team. The dream team. I love my team. And God gave me those beautiful people too. So, the thing about God in my life today is that He strategically placed so many amazing and beautiful people in my life. You know what? And like I've told you before in the past videos, is that I refuse to deny God today. Um, I'm some dumb. I'm just not plumb dumb. Okay. I've learned from my mistakes. And so, yeah, listen to God today. That's for sure. Mary Mayer, absolutely love you, Drew. Much, such an amazing man you are. Well, thank you, Mary. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. That's beautiful. Lois Manassi, Manassi. I don't know if I said that right or wrong. Well, hello, Lois. Shelly Etheridge. You guys are awesome. Do me a favor. Let's get this out. I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of your evening. And like I said, this learning to forgive ourselves, it's brutal. It's hard work. But what we get, as we all know, as being addicts and alcoholic, is the payoff. What do we get in forgiving ourselves? Let me tell you what you're going to get. You're going to get an amazing life. And you know what? The best is yet to come for each and every one of you beautiful people. I love you all so very much. And I will see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. with my boy, Derek. With all that being said, I love you. You already know. Clean and sober. That's what's up.